Hello, pretty girl. We need to talk. I heard that you've been dealing with some fake friends. Luckily, I have tons of experience with that. So I thought I'd tell you some stories and give you some advice. And who better of an example of a horrible bestie than Cassie Howard? So today we're going to be copying this makeup look where she literally tried to steal Maddie's life and telling you about my experiences with fake friends so you can learn from my experiences instead of repeating them. Let's get started.
Hey, Cass.
Yeah?
I have a quick question for you.
What?
How long have you been fucking Nate Jacobs?
I have had many best friends in my life. One of the most significant ones we'll name S. S and I were best friends for like 5 years. We met in middle school and he had a crush on me immediately. Feelings were not reciprocated, but we still stayed best friends and he just continued to have a little crush on me like his entire life. We did date for like a week in middle school and then he tried to kiss me and I broke up with him. And after 8th grade, I moved out of state, but we stayed best friends. Shortly after, I got a boyfriend and I kind of ghosted S, which was really fucked up of me. The boyfriend was really shitty. He cheated on me. And then I went back to S and was like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry for leaving you. You're my best friend, like, da-da-da-da. And then he like coached me through the breakup and he was so sweet. He was such a good friend. And of course, he still had feelings for me. And since I was somebody that literally hated myself, I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. We are supposed to be together. I was wrong the entire time. Like, we are supposed to be together. And it wasn't that I was just directly lying to him. I really felt like I was just losing my shot because this guy actually really likes and loves me. And then I'm dating people that are cheating on me and treating me like shit. But if I was being perfectly honest with myself, I did not have romantic feelings for S. I just didn't. He was the sweetest guy ever, but I just didn't. So I repeated this cycle again with a different boyfriend. Did the exact same thing. Then again with another boyfriend. And at this point, S is like, yo, what the hell? Like, you just ghost me every time you get a boyfriend, then you come back and you're like, I'm the love of your life. Like, that's not cool. That makes tons of sense. I was being so fucking shitty. Anyways, at this point, our friendship is pretty shattered. Like, we're not really that close of friends because I just betrayed his trust like 1,001 times. If you can't tell, I am the bad friend in this story. I can admit when I'm wrong. I didn't used to love myself a lot and I was just really desperate for anybody to love and want me. So I just started really mistreating this friend. If I was a real friend, I would have taken a step back, been like, look, I can't reciprocate these feelings to you. You should move on with your life. But at some point, even though I loved him as a friend, like my selfishness took over and I was a really negative, bad friend. And I can be real about that. So anyways, we stopped being really close friends because eventually he's tired of my shit, which like, good for you. I get in another relationship, and during this relationship, I actually learned a lot about self-love. I start to realize like, oh my God, I was a piece of shit. Like genuinely, I was a piece of shit. So I'm in this relationship. It's about to come to an end because I'm about to end it because I just realized, you know, I've outgrown the relationship. I've learned so much and healed so much in the relationship, and me and my partner just didn't align anymore. So I call S and I'm like, look, I'm so fucking sorry that I was a piece of shit to you. I really realized how I was wrong at this point. I really didn't realize in the past. I couldn't see past my own selfishness and my own self-hatred. And I'm just so sorry for that. He forgives me. He spills his guts about how like, yeah, I made him feel bad about himself. And, you know, just put him through a lot of mental torment, which I still feel bad about to this day. So boom, some time passes on. I break up with the guy. Cool. Me and S are still in contact. I'm a completely different person at this point. After me and the guy have been broken up for like a few months, I asked S if I could come visit him because I literally haven't seen him in years. And he's like, yeah, you can come visit me. Like, you can stay at my place, da-da-da-da. Cool. I buy a ticket to go over there. Wonderful. I get over there and I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little butterflies. I actually do kind of like S a little bit now, like in a romantic way. I'm a brand new person. I can actually see him for who he is instead of just somebody that wants to give me love. Like, I'm actually seeing him for who he is. So I'm like, oh my God, he's like cute as hell. He had a glow up. Like, I really like him. Like, I still wouldn't make him be my boyfriend or anything because I just feel like we're not in the place for that. And I know that he wouldn't want that either. But like, we could definitely flirt a little bit, you know, maybe get it on, you know? Because during the time that we were besties, we did, you know, we did flirt. We did do a little stuff like over the phone and stuff, you know, like we were literally kids. Like, we were kids. We both kind of always wanted to know what it would be like, you know? But that was not the plan for going down there. I genuinely just wanted to see my bestie. Like, I felt like because I just kept being in all these relationships over the years, like, I just didn't get to see him. And I just felt like it would be a great little experience, little get back together, you know? So, boom, like I said, things are going great. Vibes are immaculate. Wonderful. I bought us both tickets to go to Six Flags. I'm paying for everything at this point because, like, I genuinely feel bad for how bad I treated him. I never pay for a man. But this one time I made the exception, especially because he's just been so loyal to me for so many years. Like, I really felt like I owed him. So we go to Six Flags. He's kind of rushing me through Six Flags. It's a little weird. He doesn't really want to ride anything. Like, he seems a little paranoid and off. I'm trying to hold his hand. He's not really trying to hold my hand, even though the day before we were all cuddly in bed and stuff. Like, real weird. But, you know, I am a bit sensitive at times, and he's more stoic. So it's very possible. Is that how you say it? You say stoic or stoic? I know how it's spelled. I'm not sure how you say it. But anyways, I'm like, let me not take it to heart, you know, like, I just want to have a good time. I'm not about to start anything. Like, literally, who cares? But he rushes me. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I actually had to pay for both of our tickets twice. Not one time, twice, because I accidentally only booked it for the day before. So I'm having to buy these tickets twice. He didn't even offer to pay him or anything. But I was like, you know what? Whatever. It is my idea. I'm not gonna do too much. Pay for the tickets twice. Cool, whatever. I just saw 11/11, by the way, for anybody that cares about that stuff. Anyway, so when you go to Six Flags, it's usually like a whole day event, but like I said, he's rushing the fuck out of me. Like, he's rushing the shit out of me. So we're only there for like a few hours, and then he wants to go home, and I'm just like, whatever, you know, we go home. I'm a little annoyed, but it's okay. Oh shit, also, while I was in the car, I saw that it said passenger princess, like on the passenger side, like mirror thing, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And he was like, yeah, I used to talk to this girl, and then I just kept it up there because me and my friends thought it was funny. Okay. I asked, like, do you have a girlfriend? And he was like, no, I don't have a girlfriend. I was like, please tell me if you have a girlfriend, because you know I don't want to be a homewrecker. I hate that. I don't want to be that. Please tell me. No, I don't have a girlfriend. Anyways, we go back to his house. He gets to kissing on me and stuff, you know, and we do the do. Okay? We do the do. Cool. I can't remember exactly the timeline of things, but there was another day I was there. We're chilling and we do the do again. But I started to notice there's like hair all over his apartment. And I literally told him, like, hey, if you have other girls in here, just know, like, it's definitely giving you have girls in here. So don't have another girl here before you clean. Like, really just trying to be a friend, because I figured he was just fucking bitches, you know? You're in college. You do you. I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not here to police you. What we did does not mean exclusivity or anything. And, like, I know that. I don't care. So our day goes on. Cool. He's acting really weird towards me. And he keeps leaving the room to take calls. And he's like, my mom's on my ass. Like, she wants me to call her all the time. And I was like, oh, like, that's kind of crazy. But his parents are Caribbean. And I know his parents. And, like, honestly, like, that checks out. That kind of makes sense. But then he comes back in the room. It's like 10 p.m. or something. I was thinking we're about to go to bed. You know, we're about to cuddle, go to bed. It's my last day being here. Tell me why Shawty comes in the room after taking another phone call and is like, ugh, my parents. It's apparently my sister's birthday, and, like, they want me to be there at the house. They're mad at me I didn't come to the house. And I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy. It's 10 p.m. You know, why are they just now saying something? And did you not know it was your sister's birthday? And he's like, yeah. I just gotta go. Like, I don't want him to be mad at me. I gotta go. I was like, so he leaves, and I'm sitting in the room, and I drop my charger under the bed. So I look under the bed, a bra. Keep looking, a girl's backpack, like a whole bunch of girls' things that would only be here if it was his girlfriend. Like, there's no way these are just random girls that you have over. There's no way. He was originally supposed to come back that night from his parents' house, right? He doesn't do that. So next morning I wake up, I literally have to walk to the store to go get me some breakfast because I'm so hungry because he just barely fed me the entire time I've been here. And I text him, I'm like, where you at? He's like, oh, I actually got called into work, so I had to go work, and then I'll come back, and then I'll take you to the station so you can go home. And I'm like, okay, just don't be late. At this point, I've already clocked it. Like, obviously he has a girlfriend. I'm not an idiot. And obviously he went to go see his girlfriend last night. But once again, this is like my bestie, and although I have learned to have discernment and, you know, take obvious signs and trust my intuition, I just really didn't want to believe he would do me like that. Like, not S. Like, S has always loved me. Never think like that. So he comes back, he's wearing pajama pants and slides, and his job was putting together birthday parties for kids. You cannot do that in pajama pants and slides. So he comes back and I'm like, how's work? And he's like, oh. And then he makes up a whole story about how he didn't have clothes, and then he like borrowed some from work and all this stuff. And like, I could tell he's just coming up with a really long, detailed story, so I don't question it. But I've already clocked it. Like, don't fucking play with me. Anyways, he comes back so late, and we're in Atlanta, this is Atlanta traffic, that I actually end up missing my fucking bus. So I had to buy another bus ticket. I've spent so much money on this trip for no reason that we had like no fun on. Bro's lying to me the whole time. I accidentally am home wrecking a couple. Like, now I feel horrible. My conscience is bad. Like, I just missed my bus. Like, it was just so much. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't even overly mad about it because I felt like it was karma for me putting him through hell through all those years. And it wasn't until I got home, his girlfriend DM'd me on Instagram, was like, hey, I just wanted to make sure, like, you're S's friend, right? I was like, yeah. And you just visited him? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, I just wanted to make sure. He said that y'all came in town with your brother and it was like a connecting flight, so you stayed on the couch at his house. Is that true? And I was like, no, baby. Are you his girlfriend? And in that moment, like, I literally started crying because I kind of put myself in denial. I was like, maybe they're just talking and they're not a girlfriend and boyfriend. Apparently, they've been dating for like a year and they're about to move in together. Bro, I felt so fucking bad. So I tell her what's up, obviously. I'm like, I'm so sorry. You deserve better than that. Unfortunately, she ended up staying with him, which is kind of insane. And I told S, like, I can't believe you did that to me. Like, why would you not tell me? You know I would never go for that. And he was just like, yeah, like, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done you like that. Like, that was dirty. And then after that, he tried to talk to me a few more times. And I didn't, like, block him or anything. I'm just like, I can't be your friend anymore. Like, that's crazy. Like, honestly, with all the betrayals we've had in our relationships coming from both sides, especially me, we should have already stopped being friends. So I'm going to say our first lesson: don't be friends with people that are in love with you, and don't repeatedly rekindle a friendship if it's not working. Also, make sure your friendships are because you actually want to be friends and not just because you want to get love out of them or company or you're lonely. And I'm also going to say, don't ghost your friends when you get a boyfriend. That's not cool. So those are your first few lessons about friendships and fake friends.
Hey. Wait, why?
My class is this way.
This next story is much shorter, and it's about a girl that wanted to be me. So when I first started posting on TikTok, I met this girl. We'll call her Lynn. She posted about similar things to me, like spiritual awareness and awakening and how to manifest things. She's a little bit younger than me, and she is such a sweetie. Like, she was all under all my comments all the time, just being the sweetest girl ever. And at this time, she had way more followers than me. I just started, so I literally had like less than 100 followers, and she had like 2,000, I think, somewhere along that mark, like 2,000, maybe even 5,000. And I remember just thinking like, wow, I want to get that many followers. Like, you're doing so amazing. She even started her own clothing company, which is also something that I'm doing. And I was just like, wow, like, that's so cool. You think just like me. We're both doing the same type of thing, and you did it so young. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, we're going to be besties. So we start texting, cool. It's great. And then a few months go by and my account pops off a little bit. I start to get more and more followers. I had a couple little viral videos that did well, and I got up to like 20,000 followers. This is a somewhat recent story if you can't tell. And I noticed that she stopped interacting with my videos, and I thought it was a little weird, and my feelings were a little hurt, but I was like, you know, we all have our own lives. You know, I'm sure there's no hard feelings. There was hard feelings. But let me tell you how I know this. I started doing my coaching business, and she texted me as like, hey, can I get a free coaching session and I'll send you some of my clothes as an exchange. And I was like, nah, I don't want any of your clothes, but I'll give you a free session and you can just give me a little rundown on how you started your business. And she's like, yeah, that's perfect. Like, this date works. And I'm like, cool, perfect. The date starts to approach. She texts and is like, are we still on? I was like, yeah, we're still on. The day comes, no text, no nothing. I try to call her, call doesn't go through. So I text her on TikTok. No response. Okay, guess you don't want to do it. That's cool. Tell me why, like a month later, she texts me and is like, sorry, I changed my phone number and I would love to still do the meeting. Like, would this day work for you? I was just like, nah, like, it's good. Like, it's actually good. I already started researching the clothing and stuff, and like, I have a lot going on in my life. I already have a lot of clients. Like, we're good. This was more of a favor for you. But I don't say it like that. You know, I say it really nicely and everything, like, you know, maybe, but I don't know. And some time goes on, and I start to notice the last like 10 videos she did were direct copies of my videos. And I was like, am I tweaking? Like, am I tweaking? Because it was from the way that she would start the video by like moving the camera like this to the exact topic of it, to the exact way that I explain it. And like, there's not that many people that talk like me and do the things that I do. Not to say like, but you know, I am a unique bitch, you know? So like, I'm very much noticing this isn't her style. This is my style. And I know how she records videos and it was nothing like mine. The topics she doesn't say it the way I do. And it's not usually the same type of topics, you know? She focuses more on like EFT tapping and, you know, cleansing and detoxing and stuff. And I talk more on like a spiritual philosophy level. You know what I mean? We're just different. I could tell she was copying my stuff. And I was like, Andrea, don't be crazy, okay? Don't like assume that somebody's copying you. I feel like you're being a little narcissistic right now. I mean, she was literally doing better than you before. Like, why would she copy you? Like, you're fine. Don't worry about it. And this is why y'all have to listen to your instincts, bro. Because tell me why. I changed my name on TikTok to Drea Sunshine because my name was already Drea and then I had the sun emoji after it. And I wanted people to be able to decipher me from other people named Drea or Drea. And tell me why. I look at her account and it says her name, Sunshine. Are you dead ass? Are you dead ass? I know what your name was before and it was not that. There's no way you just directly stole my name. And she did it on Instagram too. I'm just like, are you trying to steal my identity? And we already look somewhat alike. So like, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck, you know? And that's when I finally was like, that's cooked. I'm just gonna unadd her and unfollow her on everything because that's just crazy work. I cannot have a certified hater in my corner like this. So the takeaway from that story, trust your gut. And notice when these bitches are copying you because they're literally trying to destiny swap with you.
Open the fucking door, Cassie! What kind of fucking friends are you? What the fuck?
This next story is about being friends with a bitch that hates you. When I was in college, I lacked self-love. For sure. I was really desperate for anybody to like and want me in their life. And I simultaneously had really bad anxiety. So when I got to college, I thought I was gonna make all these new friends and be besties with my roommates and things like that. Unfortunately, that's just not really how it worked out. My roommates and I weren't very compatible and I was too anxious to go and talk to a whole bunch of people and go to clubs and things like that. But one day I was sitting in class and there's this girl across from me, beautiful girl. She was really funny. She was kind of making jokes the entire class and stuff. And I just walked up to her at the end of the class and I was like, hey, you're really pretty. Like, I saw your little jokes, like you were funny, da-da-da. And she was like, oh my gosh, you're pretty too. Like, there's a pool thing later. We should go to the pool thing together. Great, perfect. I just made a friend. Like, I'm low-key excited as fuck. Amazing. We're gonna call this friend Kay. So what I noticed about Kay right off the bat, she was a little bit of a mean girl, definitely a shit talker. Like, I remember when we were at the pool thing, she was like, we are literally the baddest bitches here. Like, nobody is pretty like us. Everybody else here is not even bad for real. And me being the person I was at this time in my life, I would just mimic people's personalities. Even though I wasn't much of a shit talker, if you were a shit talker, shit, I would be too. I just want you to like me. So I'm like kind of just mimicking whatever she says, da-da-da. Like, yeah, we the baddest bitches. Everybody else ain't shit, da-da-da. Not how I felt at all, by the way. Time goes on. She's kind of really possessive over me. She wants to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner with me. I can't eat by myself or with anybody else or she'll be upset. She'll literally wait on me all day to do it. Like, she'll tell me when it's time to eat. She'll show up at my door. When we're walking to class, she'll just kind of follow me to my door and walk in my house without asking, which like really annoyed my roommates. She was also really mean to my roommates. Like, she talked shit about them, kind of openly laughed at them in their faces. It was really fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. But her meanness was not just reserved for other people. If you ever had a friend like this, you know that they're kind of mean to you too. Like, they kind of make fun of everything you do. You feel like you have to act like a certain way with them, be perfect, not make any mistakes. It's just not a real friend. It has to be very performative. There were 2 major events that happened with this friend that made me realize, like, oh, this bitch probably hates me. The first one, I was in this situationship with this guy. His name was Jay. He told me he loved me. Like, I really thought that we were gonna have like a relationship together, blah, blah, blah. And then he started being really, really sus. Like, I could only go to his house at nighttime. He would shut off his phone during the day. And one day I walked into his shower and I saw there's a whole bunch of girl stuff in there. And he was like, yeah, like that's my aunt's. She comes over sometimes. And I told Kay about it. And she was like, nah, he has a girlfriend. And I was like, oh, I was really hoping he didn't. Like, I really don't want that to be the case. And it happens to be like that same day, I noticed my text messages were going through green. He was supposed to be at work. So Kay is on the phone with her girlfriend at the time. And her being the way she is, she's like, oh my God, like we should go do a drive-by and go see if he's at work. Because his work is like 2 minutes from his house. And I feel like she just wanted some drama. And her girlfriend were on the phone laughing about it. Me, on the other hand, I'm over here freaking the fuck out. Like, this was so real for me. I'm just like, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Like, I gotta know. So she goes in the store. She looks for him. She asks for him. He's not there. Right when she comes out to tell me this, Jay texts me and is like, hey, sorry, I'm at work. It's so busy. So Kay's like, let's just go to his house real quick and see if he's there. So I go over to his house. And as I'm pulling in, I see him walking his dog. The fuck? And I'm freaking out. Like, I am literally like crying, having a panic attack, like, oh my God, I cannot believe he would do this to me. And Kay is on the phone with her girlfriend laughing. Like, oh my God, I can't believe he's actually here. Bitch, this is not the time. So I'm just sitting there like low-key hiding like this. And somehow Jay doesn't see us right there. He starts to walk into his house. So Kay opens my car door and yells out to Jay something along the lines of, this isn't work, is it, buddy? So then he looks at the car and he sees us. Why would you do that? And then she gets back in the car and she's laughing like, ha ha ha. Like, bitch, what the fuck? And my little pussy ass didn't even say anything. Like, I was so upset, but I didn't even say anything because, like, I was just a little pussy bitch, bro. I was just like, what am I gonna say? You know, like, she can do whatever she wants. You know, like, I was just never stood up for myself at the time. Long story short, he ends up calling the cops on us, which was kind of crazy. Any normal person would have stopped being friends with Kay after this. But I was not normal. No, I was not. So later on, you know that girlfriend I was telling you about? She's like, my girlfriend's having a basketball game, and I just really want to be able to go. Like, I just want to be able to support her for her first game. Kay doesn't have a car. I drove us everywhere. I paid for everything most of the time, even though she got way more money from her parents than I did. But me being the great friend I am, I was like, you know what? I'll drive you there. Where is it? She said it's in Georgia, Kennesaw. Cool. I literally used to live in Kennesaw and we're in Chattanooga at this point. Like, it's not a long drive at all. Cool. Perfect. On Friday, I'll take you there after school. Perf. I said the only thing you have to do is pay for gas because I don't got no gas money and I'm not going to be able to make it there with you if you don't pay for gas. Of course I'll pay for gas. The only other stipulation is since we have to drive really, really early back and it will still be dark, you have to drive us back home because I tend to fall asleep when I drive at nighttime and I've gotten in a wreck like that before and I just don't want to risk it. Yes, of course I'll drive. Of course I'll drive. Thank you so much. Perf. So day comes. Tell me why this bitch gets in my car and the GPS is set to Alabama. I thought you said Georgia. Whatever, though. We can go to Alabama. I love you, girl. Keep in mind, I had a 2009 Nissan Altima that was beat to hell. No business driving to Alabama. But, you know, the universe was on my side that day, so thank God my car didn't break down. Anyways, so we drive there. Lo and behold, she does not pay for gas. She said she didn't have any gas money. And, and she was like, doesn't your mom send you money anyways? Not that much. Enough for, like, a small amount of groceries every month. And you said you would pay. This isn't even my girlfriend. But whatever, like, we figure it out. We split it, blah, blah, blah. We get there. We watch the game. It's all fine and dandy. And the plan was that we were going to sleep in her girlfriend's apartment. Like, she was going to sleep in her girlfriend's bed. I was going to sleep on the couch, obviously. Tell me why the game's over. We get to the apartment and there's all these girls in there and they're all looking at me really, really weird. Like, they're looking at me like, what the fuck is this bitch doing here type shit. And Kay doesn't introduce me to anybody or anything. I have quite a bit of anxiety. So I'm not like going out my way to like talk to all these people. Like, I'm stressed out. One thing about Kay is she smokes a lot. I also smoked at the time. But every time she would smoke, she would get in my car, smoke in the car, and then not offer me any. Except for one time. One time ever in our friendship, she let me hit it. So tell me why I tell Kate and her girlfriend, like, oh, I forgot my charger in the car. But this is like a college, so you need a key card to get in and everything. So somebody has to come with me to the car in order for me to get back in. And they're like, oh, we're about to go smoke anyway, so you can just walk down with us. So we walk down, we split paths so they can go smoke without me, of course, and didn't even offer. I go to my car to get my charger, and I get a call from Kay. I'm thinking she's calling me to tell me, like, okay, come back and meet us here so we can let you in. No. She's calling me to tell me that one of her girlfriend's other friends is going to be sleeping on the couch, and I need to sleep in the car. I should have just left her ass in Alabama. But my dumb ass just stayed because, of course, I have to take my friend home. Like, what else can I do? And I was supposed to sleep in my car that night, but it was so cold and I could not keep my car on overnight. So I've never told anybody this before. You better keep this between us. But I actually got on Tinder and then asked somebody if I could stay the night at their house. Could have got kidnapped and killed. I was pretty lucky, not gonna lie. So then I pick her up really early. Obviously, she's supposed to drive home because it's early in the morning / nighttime. But she said she's too tired and she can't drive home. So guess who drove most of the way home? Me. But at some point she did wake up and drive part of the way. So that's cool, I guess. And then she looked at me and she said, thank you so much. And I don't know why, but that just made me so fucking happy. I was so happy. I was like, oh, you're welcome. Like, you're my best friend. I love you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I had a crush on her. I'm pretty sure I had a crush on her. Because I just remember feeling like butterflies, like when she said like, thank you. And I was like, yes, like so embarrassing. It wasn't until a few months later when I had quit college that I got home to my hometown and I had like a whole spiritual awakening. And I like really decided I was going to start loving myself again and all this stuff. And that's when I finally was like, damn, we cannot be friends anymore. We cannot be cool. Like, you're a piece of shit. And I just stopped being friends with her cold turkey. So, snaps to me. So what I would say the takeaway from that story is to, one, notice if your friends are being really, really possessive over you, because it's definitely a red flag. Two, if your friends are talking shit about you or like just don't care about your feelings, like they don't care when you're going through a really sensitive time and they're laughing at you like that, or make jokes at your expense the way that she did to me, that's a fake friend. That's a horrible friend. Don't keep being friends with them. Also, if they're constantly using you for things and you don't feel like they reciprocate at all, like for me, it was the car thing and, you know, just people trying to get the very most out of you while giving you the least.
I've never not gone through someone's phone. Bitch, you're my soulmate.
Last but not least, I think I'm going to end on a more lighthearted story of how I found actual friends and learned how to let friends go as well. I was finally blessed with good, genuine friends after I started loving myself. You have to love yourself first in order to have any real, genuine, good relationships. Because you're either going to fuck it up because you don't love yourself, or you're going to attract people that treat you like shit because you don't love yourself. Any relationship that you have is just going to amplify the state that you're already at with yourself. So when I moved to Cali, I did it on a whim, like did not plan shit. So when I went, I literally just stayed in Airbnbs and like, I just didn't have a plan for shit. And I didn't really enjoy my experience because I was always in these Airbnbs by myself. So I did something I never ever thought I would do. And I started living in hostels. There is where I met so many amazing people. I have one friend, her name is London. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul. We became besties so quick. She was such a sweetie to me and just genuinely cared about me. Never made fun of me or anything like that. I feel like I could be myself. Even her mom like treated me so well. Like it was just an amazing, amazing friendship. I met a whole bunch of other people in the hostels as well, but at this point I was pretty good at reading energy, and I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna get a lot of questionable energy if you're staying in a hostel. There's a lot of people typically who have been through a lot in life and kind of lost themselves along the way. So I was very good at deciphering energy and just knowing who I should be close with and who I could just hang out with sometimes, and other people who I shouldn't spend any time with at all. So this friend London actually showed me this place called Hermosa Beach, and I ended up staying there for a while, where I met the best friend I've actually ever had in my entire life. And her name is Annalise. Such a sweetie, not to mention that both her and London were very, very spiritual people. Like, they thought pretty similar to me. London was into astrology, which is really cool. She like showed me all my different houses and stuff, which I never knew about. And Annalise did energy work, which was so fucking cool. And when me and Annalise met, it was like prayers had been answered. I literally journaled about having a best friend like her. Like someone that really understood me, that didn't judge me, that didn't put boys ahead of me, that would protect me as far as like people talking shit, and just be a good friend. And she was truly an amazing friend. I felt so okay with being vulnerable around her. I cried in her arms so many times about things in my past that I felt like I had already processed. She would like do tarot for me, and like she was just such a good friend. And we ended up like dressing up together on Halloween. That's the first Halloween I've ever genuinely had fun. She introduced me to so many people. She took me to parties and things like that. I also wanted to add here that she was actually with me the first time that a follower ever came up to me and was like, "Oh my God, I follow you." And she was so excited for me. Like, she was almost more excited than me. Like, I was excited, but she was like, "Girl, get more excited. Like, this is amazing." And I just never had a friend really, really be so happy for my success like that. And I just really appreciated it. We would both really help each other with each other's mindsets, and we were just so healthy for each other. Like, it was such an amazing, healing female relationship, and like, I'll never ever forget that. We ended up like separating physically from each other, and I think the relationship has obviously gotten a little bit less close with distance, but I wouldn't trade her or the experiences I got to share with her for the entire world. Like, she doesn't even know how much she healed me. Like, I would be literally writing her like love letters all the time, just thanking her for all that she's done for me and made me realize about myself. And I would hope that I did the same for her. She does say that I do, but I genuinely hope it's like the same magnitude, because she's done so much for me. And all this to say, none of this would have ever happened if I didn't put myself out there. If I wasn't willing to let go of what I had in Tennessee and go out to Cali with no type of plan. If I wasn't willing to take the risk of going to hostels, if I wasn't willing to get out of my shell, and talk to people, if I didn't present myself as who I really am, because that's so much of it. I attracted all of the people I attracted in my past, exes, bad friends, because I didn't love myself. I wasn't confident in myself, so I presented myself as somebody I wasn't, which means I attracted people that didn't align with who I was. I wasn't being the bubbly, sweet Andrea that I am. I wasn't being confident. I wasn't being just ball of sunshine that I know myself to be. Instead, I was just this really small, insecure girl that attracted people that would take advantage of that. I wanted to be loved so bad that I would ruin relationships for that feeling. So going to Cali, being the new version of myself that was so much more healed, so much more me, I just got to attract so many amazing people and amazing opportunities. And I didn't even talk about all the different people, but I can't even name all the amazing people I got to meet in Cali, and I still am friends with to this day. And that I was just able to also release, when it was time to release. And I'm just so grateful for that. If you want real friends, you just have to know the real you first. You have to be confident in yourself, be willing to set boundaries, and not be so desperate for love. So this is a final look. Definitely doesn't look exactly like Cassie's, but we'll take it. She doesn't need an exact replica anyways. She's a loser. But to anybody out there struggling to make friends or finding themselves surrounded by a lot of fake friends, I say go on a little solo mission, find out who you are, and then go out in the world and you will attract friends. I promise you. As long as you are showing off your genuine light, your genuine aura, there's no way that you will not attract people that will fall in love with you. You are so amazing, so beautiful, so perfect. And I'm so happy we got to catch up. Sincerely, Drea.